What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Blind Power. So today I have a couple of announcements. First, the iOS 12, which is the next version of the iPhone, iPad, and iPod Touch version. Things I want to see and things I want to expect coming from Apple, because Apple just announced the Worldwide Developer Conference, June 4th through 8th. That's going to be awesome. They're going to announce a new iOS 12 and all the latest versions of software Apple has to offer. So, what do I want to see in iOS 12 with accessibility? Well, let's get started. There's 5 things that I'm really concerned that I want Apple to fix. So, at number 5, stability. You know, when you're using VoiceOver, when you're using Zoom, sometimes it'll glitch out. Sometimes you're like, oh, how'd it happen? You know, why did my phone crash because of Zoom? Or some apps will be like, oh, you know, we're not compatible with Zoom, or we're not compatible with VoiceOver. It's like, dude, you know, why do you do this? Why do you have, your app say that you're not compatible with accessibility? Just let us label things or do something to work around the incompatibility. So, stability and improvements, for sure. At number 4, I want to see optical character recognition. So you have VoiceOver on, you open up the camera app, and a little thing would show up for text recognition. So kind of tap C integrated into a camera app type of thing. I would love to see that because, I mean, seriously, Samsung just did it and it's native to the camera app, and it's just like tap C but even better because it's got an incredible OCR engine. And I'm a programmer, and I gotta tell you, Apple has the OCR engine in the programming language is called Swift, which is what they use. It's already there. All they have to do is implement it, which would be awesome, you know? A little button that basically says, here, just take a picture of this, or VoiceOver will be like, you know, I see that you have text, or I see that there's something I recognize, and it is this, or some interactive thing that VoiceOver could tell you, describe to you a fruit, or whatever's in front of you, plus text. So, oh, you know, this is a form. You want me to read it to you, kind of thing? It'd be awesome, you know. Even if it's not per se VoiceOver, even if it's Siri, I'd be happy. So, come on, Apple. At number 3, I would like to see new voices. The HomePod voice is interesting. It's very human-like, and it's got the weird, thing that humans have, right? Like the sound effects, right? The huh, oh, Siri has that with the HomePod, and with the main Siri thing. I would like those things available with VoiceOver, so that, like, if you're reading an enunciation or something in a book, authors can actually add human-like speech to the books with VoiceOver. So you're reading a book, and you want VoiceOver to sound human-like, okay, I get it. We have the Alex voice, which is very human-like, but I want the HomePod voice for VoiceOver. That's what I'm getting at. At number 2, I want to see support for more keyboard commands on the iPad, smart keyboard, or if you have Bluetooth keyboard attached to your iPhone or iPod Touch. I want to see more keyboard support. I know it's already almost there, but I want to see more things. We don't have enough. Some of the Mac commands, like when you actually touch Command Option and flick 2 fingers to turn rotor on and off. I want things like that. I want neat little useful features that you can use, because sometimes, if you want to copy something with the keyboard, you really, there's no way to actually do it unless you use touch. Like, there's still things that need to be done for keyboard compatibility in iOS. I want keyboard compatibility, especially now that it's rumored that Mac apps could run on an iPad Pro and iOS 12. Even worse, you have to do it, Apple. You have to. There's no excuses for that, and it's not that hard to implement either. You have a huge compatibility and programming team. Come on. And at number 1, I want to see trackpad support for the iOS devices, so iPad, iPhone, and iPod Touch. Why would you say trackpad support? Okay, so you have the smart keyboard, right? And say you have the smart keyboard with a trackpad on the bottom. You don't have to reach up and touch the screen. It's very cumbersome, okay? So if you have the trackpad right where your keyboard is, and make it like a Mac-like experience, then you have that additional option so that you don't have to have your hands on the keyboard, reach up, swipe, do whatever you need to do, change your rotor, go back to the keyboard. That's cumbersome. That's not what Steve Jobs would have done. You know what I mean? So honestly, trackpad support. Yeah, I mean it defeats the touchscreen unless you want to innovate a keyboard that adds both of them better. I think it's about time that we see trackpad support. Not just for voiceover, but also if you're doing like creative stuff in an iPad Pro and you want to like physically dragging objects in say iMovie, GarageBand, or just interactive software, you want a trackpad so that you can actually have more interaction with an operating system. So I really want to see these things. I'm very excited for Worldwide Developer Conference. I'm not going because I'm going to the Blind Conference, which is a month later, and all that stuff is hard to get. I can't go to 2 conferences back to back, but I will go to the Blind one, and I will be there updating you guys live in the Blind Conference. But Worldwide Developer Conference, I will tell you this: I will be doing a video on Worldwide Developer Conference. I will be updating you on what Apple says and does new. I will read through the change logs in iOS 12, and I will tell you what's new in accessibility. And once iOS 12 is available, I will review it in my hands on my phone like I did with iOS 11 when it came into developer beta. Blind Power was brand new. I went over and I told you guys, hey, here's what's going on in iOS 11. So expect awesome stuff from Apple. They even have an educational small conference. Links will be in the description for all the nitty-gritty stuff for Apple. But they're all going to be down there. They did WWDC, Worldwide Developer Conference 2018, and some exclusive education conference thing, and not their traditional. It's like a college prep school thing. Link will be in the description. They're doing a lot of fun, interesting things. They might possibly even be announcing a more budget iPad that's supposed to be like $250, almost like right under $200. So they're going to be doing a very budget iPad. I mean, it's going to have the design of the iPad Air, but hey, for education, or for if you don't have the greatest budget and you want to get into the iOS world and you don't want to pull the money for an iPhone yet, and you want to test the voiceover and you want to test the Apple ecosystem, that's a great thing. Apple's doing good. So hope you guys enjoyed this little Apple update wish list thing. We talked about everything Apple. I hope you guys enjoyed this video just as I enjoyed making it. Comment, rate, subscribe. You know what to do. I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.